Yeah.
How, for the people some people for a reason or another cannot live in an ashram, so how do such people know that they are growing in collectivity?
Growth in collectivity creates joy, fun, happiness. No discussion, no argument comes in, especially with the leader. What are your relations? That's very important. Now, if you fight with the leader, then something wrong with you. You have no right to fight with the leader. Now, if the leader becomes absolutely unpopular, then he is no more a leader, that I know. But he has to be unpopular in the whole world. Say, for example, if there is Mr. X who is popular in the country, who is a leader and unpopular in a country Y. Now, that is no judgment, because they might be jealous. They think they are equal to him and can fight him back and can shut him down. And no administration can work like that. Least of all divine administration. So those who fight the leader are first of all uncollective. Actually, India is the best way to find out. They come and tell me about who is who. So I would put it like this very grossly, that you have to be popular in India. And the Indian leaders have to be popular otherwise, in other countries. But perhaps I have some sense of discretion and I know who is who. So somebody who is a leader, you should not fight, first of all. You should not, if he's strict, if he's harsh with you, take it with a grace and be happy that you are corrected. But if you give an explanation or you fight it back or you think that you are all right, then you can never improve. I have seen there are some Sahajogis and Sahajoginis who have been with us for years and they have not improved at all because they think that there's nothing wrong with them. Sometimes I shout at them because the booths have to go, so they said, all right, mother has shouted at our booths. And they never want to look at themselves. And they are the losers. Who's going to lose? They are stupid. And then such people go and talk against the leader at his back. These are the murmuring souls that Christ has described. And they try to form a group against the leader and create a problem, a barrier for themselves and also for Sergio. These are very dangerous people and they know the ways how to talk against the leader. So keep away from them and shut them down. Even they might be your husband or your wife or your child, don't listen. Tell them to shut up. This is a booth talking. Just don't listen to anyone who murmurs behind the back of the leader. They will appear to be very wise, very sensible, but know that they are against Sahaja Yoga. Just don't listen to them, don't accept anything from them. Tell them to shut up. The leader has to deal with very important things. With me it's very difficult to deal, and he has to also deal with petty things. Poor things are like martyrs, I should say, in my presence. I had to correct so many times in such a bold manner. I correct them and they take it from. This is how we are going to work it out very smoothly. Frigidity.
No, fluidity.
Fluidity. I thought frigid. All right, on the French soil we can't say much, all right? Be careful. One must understand that it is the leaders who have to be really strict with the discipline. They themselves should be disciplined and they must put discipline on the people. But they have to be full of compassion, compassionate towards all other people. but not sympathetic towards Bhoots. Not to sympathize with Bhoots, not to identify with Bhootish nonsense, not to be kind to people who have Bhoots is discipline, is the compassionate discipline. That's how we all are going to improve and improve and improve for our own gain. Now here there is no domination. It's the compassion of God you accept and the Bhoots you discard. The domination of the Bhoots you discard with the help of your leaders. So if they are harsh with you, thank them for that. Next question. They are sadly mistaken. If they do that, they'll be lost in no time. This is the same thing which has ruined our Western country, where people believed in individuality without maturity. We believe in maturity and then individuality. Say a flower becomes a fruit, on the tree it has to mature on the tree with the whole, till it is completely mature. And then it can become an individual, otherwise what's the use of having these half-baked people? We must know that in Sahaja Yoga we don't believe in an immature individuality. Like two little boys of 10 years fighting in front of my road and having a boxing. And I ask them, why are you fighting? They tell me back, it's a personality clash. Even if you fight with another Sahaja Yogi, there's something wrong with you.